the Lakers look drastically different than they did the start of the season. And I think there are 4 teams that I really want to look at that I think can and probably will make a run after the All-Star break. And one of them, of course, is the Lakers. Now, when I say make a run, I'm not saying that they're going to be, championship caliber team. I don't think, even with the moves that they made, I don't think that they're championship caliber team because of, we don't know the health of LeBron James, Anthony Davis. He's been kind of inconsistent with his play. And while, yes, I like Malik Beasley, I like D'Lo, I like Jared Vanderbilt, I like Rui Hachimura, I just don't know if they're championship pieces. They could be. I could be drastically wrong. But I don't think that a team that is in the 1 or 10, 11, 12, 13th place is going to make a championship run. However, I do think they are going to make a run. And at least make a run to, get to the play-in or maybe even get all the way to the 6th seed. I think that they're good enough to do that. Again, a lot of that is predicated on Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but when you have pieces that fit, and it feels like, at least right now, D'Angelo Russell fits better with this Lakers team alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis than, say, a Russell Westbrook. Rui Hachimura and Malik Beasley, and they fit better alongside or with this team more than, say, what's his name? Patrick Beverley. I did like Thomas Bryant on the Lakers. However, you get Jared Vanderbilt, who is a big wing, which is something that the Lakers drastically needed, especially when LeBron James comes off the floor. Him and Huey or Rui Hachimura. I just think that they're prone to make a run. I'm not saying that they're good enough to win a championship. Do not hear me say that. And I'm also not even sure that they're good enough to make any noise in the Western Conference. When we talk about some of the top teams, even right now, I don't see them beating a Nuggets. I don't see them beating a Memphis. I don't see them beating us. They might be able to beat the Sacramento Kings. I don't see perfectly healthy. I don't see them beating the Clippers. I don't see them beating the Suns. Don't see them beating Dallas. Maybe Dallas. But yeah, I think the Lakers are going to make a run. Another team that I think is going to make a run, honestly, and we'll go to the Eastern Conference, is the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat is currently 7th in the... I'll say this. The Miami Heat, the Miami Heat, they're a team, man, like, they always play hard. They're always one of the toughest teams. They're always one of the better defensive teams. But there's always, I think they'll make a run and probably get all the way to maybe because with Miami making a run, I also think that the Brooklyn Nets are going to fall a little bit because right now they're 5th. I don't think that they'll remain 5th. And I want to see what happens with the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle kind of levels it out, but we know how the Knicks are. I just think they're keeping Kyle Lowry. So Kyle Lowry is going to be on the team. Of course, you have Jimmy Butler. I think that the dynamic duo of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo is going to, they have a really good piece around Gabe York. They have, they have, Tyler Euro. I just think Miami can make a run. They're not. When we look at Miami, I don't see them making any noise against the Celtics or the Bucks or Philly. I don't even think that they're good enough to go against, to make any noise against the Cavaliers. But I do think, look, maybe they get Russell Westbrook. I don't know. Maybe they get Kevin Love. I don't know. But I do think that Miami is, with Eric Spoelstra being as good as he is as a coach, and Miami, when they turn it on defensively, they are incredible. They're a very stingy defensive team. So I think they'll be able to make a run. The next team I have is the Pelicans. And the Pelicans and the last team I'm going to say mainly is because of injuries, man. You see, they were I think atop the West when Zion was playing. And now when Zion comes back, You have CJ McCollum. Brandon Ingram is playing back into form. I think that this is going to be a dangerous team. Hell, Jay Will said one time that they're going to win the West. Now, this was when they were number one in the West, but they have some really good pieces. I mean, again, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones is a really good piece, man. CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy III is a good piece. Them getting Josh Richardson at the shooting guard position was big. Of course, you have Jonas Valanciunas. They have a good nucleus, and of course, all this surrounds this. The Pelicans they're a Zion planet, and you have some incredible planets around it. You have Brandon Ingram, who can be a star anywhere, and again, you have Zion. So I think that they're good enough to make some noise because again, when they were healthy, or at least when Zion was healthy, they were the number one team in the West for a while. So, yeah. And the last team I'm going to say are the Golden State Warriors. I wasn't wondering. I know exactly what's wrong with the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors they find themselves struggling with identity. They find themselves struggling with what team or what roles they need to be, or what roles they play. Not everyone, of course. We know the big gun, like we know Steph is Steph. We know Clay is Clay. We know Dre is Dre. But there's been a stat that's been going around. When Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kevon Looney, that starting five is the best starting five in the NBA by far. I think they outscored teams by like 22 points. That starting five alone, 22 points. And to put that into perspective, and of course, this isn't just me making this up. I see this. Put this into perspective. When Kevin Durant starting five, it was what? Steph Curry, with Kevin Durant in the starting five, they outscored people by 11. This team, the Golden State Warriors starting five is outscoring people by 22 points. So I hear that and I'm like, yo, what the hell? Why? Why are they only sitting in the ninth spot right now? Why are they 29-29? There's a couple reasons. Reason number one, defensively, they have not been able to find that consistency. And it's not just the bench, because the bench is a big part of why they are 29-29, but defensively is everyone. I mean, hell, Draymond Green has said it. Steph, defensively, they have not been the Golden State Warriors that they need to be defensively. And on top of that, like I said, defense really shines on the road. And that's when you need defense the most, on the road, because you can't. You don't know the rims. You can't really bank on your crowd giving you the energy that it needs. And of course, everything, how you feel comfortable at home, so does the home team, which of course you're playing. Which is why you see such a huge discrepancy between, Golden State is 22-7 at home. They are 7-22 on the road. I have never seen a discrepancy like that. And on top of that, a lot of pieces that they thought was going to matriculate, and they thought that, they needed someone like a James Wiseman, someone like a Moses or Moody to be a Gary Payton III, or to be an Otto Porter Jr., or to be a Bielitsa. Now, I'm not saying that, of course, they would be. What I mean is, you get James Wiseman, the second overall pick. Now, of course, due to injuries and stuff, it was very slow development, but you needed him to be a number 2 overall pick. You needed Moses Moody to be a knockdown shooter, which he was in college. And, of course, a good defender with his size, his length. They just have not been that. They have not matriculated into that. And that's why you trade away James Wiseman to get Gary Payton III back. And I think that Golden State is going to make a run because you see the pieces that they have. And I thought before Steph Curry got hurt with this knee/leg injury, I thought that they were trending in the right direction. You were seeing Klay Thompson play at a pace that we haven't seen him play. In fact, he was playing at a pace better, at least offensively, than he's ever played. Now, defensively, of course, he doesn't have the same speed that he did before the leg injuries, but Klay Thompson was playing well. Jordan Poole was coming into form as, they were tweaking the lineups and having Jordan Poole come play as a starter, which, as we've seen, if you look at the plus minuses between compare when Jordan Poole is a starter compared to when he's coming off the bench, it is a huge discrepancy. Dante DiVincenzo has been really good, especially knocking down the three and playing defense. And now that you get Gary Payton back, he was especially at there's a lot of guards, yes, but especially at that guard position defensively, he's huge. I just think that this is still a deep team. And when you look at that offense, when you look at that stat, what I just said about the starting five outscoring people by like 22 points, that is tremendous. And I just think it could be the whole flip the switch thing. I'm just saying that you need to do it now, because if not, you do not want to go. First of all, you don't want to go into the playoffs at the 9th seed, having to play in the play-in, because I don't think there's no look at the teams in the play-in right now. In the East is the Heat, the Hawks, the Wizards, and the Raptors. I don't think any of them have a shot of making or winning the championship. In the West, the Pelicans, the Timberwolves, Golden State, and the Thunder. I don't think any of them have a shot outside of Golden State if they're able to get up out the play-in. If they can get to like that 4 or 5 seed, oh yeah. But then they're going to need to turn on now. And I think they can. So, of course, we'll have to see what happens, and we'll see where it goes from there. And bada bing, bada boom. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.